but it's not super, super scary. And they make a whole point of saying like some people who appear to be monsters aren't. And some people who appear to be wonderful are not all that good. And so it's like a whole thing about not judging people based on their appearances. And one of the things I really, really loved is that Percy Jackson is not a high schooler. He was always 12. The character is 12. And the characters in this show, clearly 12. Like,
really?
They are little kids. There's no, like, I understand later in the books that Annabeth becomes a love interest, but it's very much just a friendship. And it's sweet and wonderful and entertaining. And I had fun, and Lin-Manuel Miranda's in it.
Wow. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. You've got your, maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah. So I would say, actually, I think Caleb would freaking love it.
Really?
Absolutely. I definitely, sorry about the frickin'.
Welcome to another episode of Is This for Kids? I am Jonathan Beard of Lovins.
I am Katie, Mrs. Ruby.
And we get to go to the other Percy Jackson that I was supposed to watch but didn't. Because you didn't watch the movies.
I didn't watch the movies. He didn't watch the TV show. Let's call the whole thing off.
You know, we could. What if people are like, this is what you should always do. You can double the content.
And then I can just look confused.
You watch 7 things. I watch 7 things. We record 14 things. And then we just don't contribute with each other.
And then I can just ask you repeatedly, like, crazy questions. Here's the thing. Here's what I would do just to screw with you is I'd watch yours and mine. And then I would make fun of you for what a giant prude you are. Because we have very different parenting styles.
We do. And you know what? That's okay.
It's great. You know what? We're not here to judge any of these people. We're here to just give some opinions, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I watched Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the brand new Disney Plus series, and I went into this with a little bit of trepidation given the situation that happened with Goosebumps, right?
Yep.
If you haven't seen our Goosebumps episode, definitely go back and check it out.
Click here.
Ba-ding. So this new series, it seems to be, they're intending to do most of the Percy Jackson books in order. So season 1 is the first Percy Jackson book. It's Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And season 1 has just ended. So that's it. That one's all out. It's 9 or 10 episodes. I think 10.
Is there a cliffhanger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, similar plot line to what you discussed in our previous episode. But if you missed that one, Percy Jackson is a young man who's been raised by a single mother. He always felt himself to be incredibly kind of uninteresting. He's not very good at school. He gets bullied a lot. He has one friend, this kid named Grover, and sometimes he sees weird things happening around him. So he in the TV series, he's not dyslexic or have ADHD. He just sees things. Like he'll see monsters sometimes, or he'll see strange things that aren't there, or are they? Ooh. And then and his mom is married to this absolutely horrible guy.
That's in the movies too.
Yeah. And so he ends up having an encounter at the museum where it becomes apparent that he is not just a normal kid, and his mom packs him up into the car along with Grover, who turns out to be his satyr protector, who nobody knew the whole time, this friend that he's had for years. It's his satyr protector. And they go off to camp, which is like the main thing in there, where they go and meet all of the other demigods, the children of the gods, and a human. So his mother fell in love with a god, but you're not told right away who it is, because his father has to claim him at camp in order for him to come into his full power. And at camp, sort of different from what you said in the movies, he isn't exceptional. He's not doing great at any of the things. They try to find his skill, and he's not doing great. And he meets up with Luke, a friend there, who helps him to find his way at camp. And he meets his friend Annabeth, who is apparently just like a super, super awesome chica and good at all of the things and very well respected. And it becomes apparent he's going to have to go on a quest to get back Zeus's lightning bolt, which has been stolen. And just, very similar to what you were talking about, a bunch of different places that they go. Each episode, they go to a different location to try to track down the mystery of who it was that stole the lightning. But one of the things that I thought was most interesting, you said there's a scene where they go to Las Vegas to find Hermes, because Hermes is supposed to get them to Los Angeles, where they're going to be able to find this lightning bolt. And in that scene, they talk about Jason and the Argonauts and having, was it Jason and the Argonauts? Anyway, the people who were eating the lotus flowers so that they got lost. And they made a point to say, do not eat while you're in here. Don't eat anything. So different than the movie did. There was no drug implication whatsoever. It was very much just people lose time in casinos. Time moves faster here and we don't realize it because they're pumping it into the air, basically. But it's not that. So in
the show, do they eat the flowers?
No, they make a point to say do not eat anything.
Yeah, so they're eating them and they're there for 5 minutes in the movie, but it seems like 5 days.
Yeah,
interesting.
They're in there and they lose track of time talking to Hermes.
Okay.
And Hermes is clearly trying to hold them up because he knows time works differently there. So he's dragging out the conversation and talking about how he was not a good father to Luke.
Yeah, see, also, they don't meet Hermes in the casino.
Oh, Hermes is in the... Not only is Hermes in the casino, Hermes is Lin-Manuel Miranda, baby.
Really?
As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes.
You're making me want to watch this.
It was so much fun. So I don't want to give the entire plot of the movie away, but if you watch the Lightning Thief, you already know what's going to happen. However, there is no drugs. There is no sex. There is no swearing. The violence is very, comic book-esque, and there's this one beautiful scene where they go into the tunnel of love, and you see how Hephaestus was badly treated by his wife, and they talk about how they don't want to be monsters like the gods. They want to be better people than what they were portrayed as. And I loved watching this. My 9-year-old son absolutely loved watching it. We watched every single episode, and then there was one left that hadn't come out yet, and as soon as it came out, he's like, Mom, it's out, we have to watch it together. And I had fun watching it with my kid. It was fun.
Wow. And so Medusa, not that scary?
Not that scary. She's just a woman.
No snakes?
She has weird hair, but I think they keep it. They show the snakes eventually.
So from what you're describing, much less scary than the movies.
It is a lot less scary. I mean, she does get a little creepy toward the end. Like she's like talking to them, like she's trying to lure them in, and she does kind of get bad toward the end. But it's not super, super scary. And they make a whole point of saying like some people who appear to be monsters aren't, and some people who appear to be wonderful are not all that good. And so it's like a whole thing about not judging people based on their appearances. And one of the things I really, really loved is that Percy Jackson is not a high schooler. He was always 12. The character is 12. And the characters in this show, clearly 12. Like,
really?
They are little kids. There's no, like, I understand later in the books that Annabeth becomes a love interest, but it's very much just a friendship. And it's sweet and wonderful and entertaining. And I had fun, and Lin-Manuel Miranda's in it.
Wow. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. You've got maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah. So I would say, actually, I think Caleb would freaking love it.
Really?
Absolutely. I definitely, sorry about the frickin'. This is one of the things
you're allowed to say that.
I have a problem with. But I think that they would love it. And I think you should watch it with him right now. I would say anybody 7 or up could have a good time in this if they're not easily scared. It's a little tiny bit scary, but not really.
The scene in Nashville in the Parthenon, is that what it's called? Where there's the multiple headed...
The Hydra.
Hydra?
Nope, not scary.
Not that scary. Wow, that was probably the two scariest things. That and Medusa and the.
Yeah, I like that's movie. More like it's not a big part of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a small thing. Yeah, the scariest thing is the which god is that? I can't even remember now. Shoot. Oh, it's Ares. They meet up with Ares in a truck stop, and he's kind of like a biker guy. He's a little scary, but not like in a not like in a monstery kind of way.
Cool. So 7 or 8 years old.
I would say it's completely appropriate 7 or 8, and I thought it was super fun. Definitely recommend.
There you go. Unless you hear from me on another episode and I come back and I'm like, you completely ruined my kid.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram so that you can see that if it happens.
100%.
Yeah. Hey, where could they go if they wanted more information or more? They wanted more content.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. They can go to patreon.com/isthis4kids. We have a bunch of bonus content on there and a lot of other really cool benefits for our patrons. You can go to isthisforkids.com and check out all the things that we have going on. We might be doing some live events in the future as well, which could be really fun.
Yeah,
and
you
also
can smell John.
What?
I'm just saying.
You said you want to smell me?
I said you could smell John.
I smell good.
You do.
I do smell good. I don't wear cologne either. Just really good deodorant.
That's a really weird.
And I have a musk. I have a musk. That's important. It's important that men have a musk. That's natural. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All natural.
Yeah. We also have like some cool conversation guides on there for
about musk.
About musk. Mostly musk based.
Check it out. But is this
for musk.com?
You can check out our Instagram, and we want to get to know you. I was joking with Ruby that it's so much easier to understand my Twitch streaming audience and the community because I know them and I'm talking to them every single day. And then here we have thousands of people that are on YouTube and on Instagram and subscribing on Apple and Spotify and all that stuff. But I don't feel like I know them.
Yeah.
So talk to us on Instagram.
Say hi.
Say hello. Make jokes. Make fun of me. It'll be good.
You know, there's just so much content out there for us to wade through as parents.
I'm Jonathan Beard of Blevins.
I am Katie, Mrs. Ruby. Let us help you decide.
Is this for kids?